Welcome to Deep Thought, unfolding into your higher self. Understand something. When you come into this world, you already have a personality. You already have a personality. It's not totally shaped. You have a temperament that's already within you. Like anyone who said more than two children, if anybody who said two children can tell you this, anybody could say it. I mean, some of you could see before birth. Like I can tell you now, I use the example of my two sons. Now, my oldest son, even though he's kind of quiet and introverted, he's kind of fidgety. He can't really stay still. If he sit down, it's very rare he just sits still there. I mean, he moving around and all of this stuff. He got a lot of energy to him, right? He got a lot of energy to him, and I mean, trust me, he can be a little jumpy. But when he was in utero, that's how he was. His mother, that dude, he be punching everything. That dude didn't stay still. He ain't stay still. He came out like that. He was like, why? Loud, everything, you know. So, I mean, he was getting into it. But you saw it, and that's still part of his personality even to this day. You know? That's still part, even though he's quiet about it. Like, physically, he's very active. Now, my second son, he was calm in utero. He was calm to the point, sometimes we poked just to make sure he was still there. We were actually concerned a lot. Because I was like, he didn't punch or anything. He was just real calm, real peaceful. And then when he came out, his personality was the same way. When he came out, he was like, hey, yo, what's up? He's like the chilled person. Like he can sit for long periods and just be quiet. You know, he'd sit there, just do his thing, everything, you know? Yeah, not so much the other one, even though he's introverted. But here's what I learned. And it wasn't a theory or anything. And like I said, any parent with two kids can tell you this. They got different personalities. But see, that personality is representative of the higher self. Now, of course, it's normal for some kids to get some type of trauma or something. And even if the parents are aware, something's going to happen. It's just a matter of how mild, whether it's a mild or a severe one. All right. Because that whole, when I talked about the different traumas people get, you know, it could apparent they can even know about them and do everything they can, but it might be something they ain't thinking about, and the child responds to it, right? And I know that's with my sons as well. But I think whatever they have is, from what I'm seeing, is kind of mild. But you know, I can see stuff pop out every now and then, right? And so, you know, working with them on that. But my point is this: everybody has that. Everybody has something. You know, regardless of whatever your spiritual path is, you got to remember you were created to do something special. You come on a mission. You know, that's your higher self. That's if someone could go through life, like if you had a culture that didn't put all this negativity on a person, you could go far. You could go far. So what you have to do, that represents your higher self. That's actually the best version. I'm gonna tell you how deep that is. When people are born, like there's a big thing about mating out here, but people are actually born with a mating program. It's already in your DNA who not only to mate, but the type of person that you automatically compatible with. But what happens, all these traumas and layers, culture and everything messes it up. But if we lived in a simpler culture, or maybe a more indigenous culture that didn't have all these layers put in, men, boys and girls could mate effectively even for life as teenagers. That's how deep it is. And that gets into some deeper stuff. But then what you want to do, you want to remove those. First, you want to fight that battle within. You know, you want to fight that battle. Well, even before that, really identify the layers, the parts you have to fight, the negative stuff, right? And then one by one, remove the negative layers, fight it, or at least keep them under control. They don't ever quite go away. You might have to best lock them up in a room in your mind or put them asleep or something. They always stay there. Indeed, in some cases, it can actually help you on your greater mission if you can like retain or use some of the parts you use for it. See, that's something else too. That's halfway. That's another podcast. Some things can be positive. So, but you want to unfold into your higher self. You want to get rid of the layers, and that's important because your higher self. I'm gonna get deep with everything gonna work for you. Now, one of the ways it works for you when you do the thing in life that you're good at. Now, say at your higher self, you're a very gregarious person, right? Gregarious person, you like to spotlight everything. You'll probably be perfect as a public speaker or a spiritual leader or something that can inspire people, right? Say that, I don't know, say at your base, you're the type who would be good with children. Just some about your temperament and everything. You have the patience. Like one thing to deal with children, the people who deal with them the best have a lot of patience because anybody who's dealt with groups of children know you're going to get a ton of personalities and they got zero chill. Kids got zero chill, but you have some people who can especially deal with them, even so-called bad kids. Because we all, when you're in school, when I was in school, you always had those kids who were bad, considered bad, but then there's always some teachers who, these same bad kids, the bad boys, they bend over backwards for the certain teachers. These teachers be like, hey, calm down. And they be like, okay, we calm. But see, that's another thing. See, once you can tap into your higher self, that's the thing that you have a click for. That's what you have a passion for. That's the something that you're doing and that you'll be great at it. Not good, great at it because it comes to you naturally. It comes to you naturally. Like say if you're that type who's just naturally concerned about people around you feeling better, you may be able to get into medicine. Or you might be that type to entertain or something, You might be that time to like make a joke out of everything or make some, or even, have that type you could like bring up some serious subjects, but to bring it up in a serious way, in a way that it doesn't upset the person. All of that. And it could be, it's myriad things. As many people, like every single person has something that's unique to them. See, the higher self is you. It's the thing that's unique to you. Nobody can take it away from you. This is it's your superpower. That's how deep it is. It's your superpower. Like if you get rid of the mask, you get rid of everything superimposed on your true self, and this shines forth. It's powerful to the point that you can move forward and you can do something. Understand that. Once you understand that, once you unfold into your higher self, life is better on all levels. Because when you unfold into your higher self, I'm known for talking about relationships. It's actually easy to find the right mate for you. Because the right mate is a person compatible with your true self, your higher self. You can find the perfect job, and not even about money, but something that you actually satisfied on. Your natural self, your higher self might be that person who is good with plants and flowers and stuff, or planting food. And if you do that, shoot, you'll have joy. Nothing but joy. So that's the case. That's the thing. You really want to get to the point where you're unfolding into your higher self. But in order to get there, you got to fight that battle within. You got to fight each of those artificial layers. You got to question it. You got to question why you're doing something. Are you doing it because it's a natural part of you, or are you just following the herd? Real talk. Or, people say you're supposed to do this. Well, no, that's what I'm supposed to do. All right. So that's all I got for now. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.